Welcome back to A Sip of Abundance with your girl, Nichelle Dior. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, and let's get started. What's in my cup today? Cup from Ross. If anybody likes it, I got it from Ross. It's like a 4-pack, and they're like color changing cups, but who cares? So today's coffee is the caramel cookie from Nespresso. It is a full cup of coffee, and I mixed it with sweet cream, creamer, heavy whipping cream, caramel, and caramel brulee sauce that I got from eBay, because I buy the big Starbucks syrups because you can get them on eBay, or I think it's called Products Point USA or something like that. I'll link all of the stuff in the description bar. But that's today's coffee. Absolutely delicious. And I'm going to also post that recipe for all of my other coffee addicts. If, you know, we can always talk about coffee anytime, because that's what keeps me going. Coffee makes me happy. So today we're talking about spiritual journeys and why it's important. In my introductory video, I mentioned that it is absolutely not necessary to heal in order to manifest. But my channel is not only about conscious creation, it's about evolving as a person 1000%. And that's what I want everyone to sit here and focus on their lives, so that they can make better choices and they can tackle those demons and move forward. Because when you let things go, truly let them go, forgive and put them in a place where it can no longer bother you, you stop repeating those cycles. We talk a lot about karmic cycles. Karmic cycles are because you didn't learn a lesson, and so they're going to keep coming up because you didn't learn a lesson and you didn't stop doing the things that you were doing to get to that place. Stop doing it, right? So that's what we're talking about. With your spiritual journey, it's extremely important to look at who you are on the dark side. So they say, you know, you gotta check your shadow, figure out what's going on, what's lurking, right? First thing they tell you is start doing some shadow work. Well, how the hell do you do that, Nichelle? What is shadow work? Shadow work is tackling those demons, looking at the darker side of you and being able to consciously accept, acknowledge, and move past those things. So shadow work can come in the form of anything. My favorite way is to, you know, answer identifying questions. So I have actually written a shadow work journal. I will link it in the description box below. But if you don't want to buy the journal, you can literally type in Google shadow work journal prompts, get a notebook, a clean notebook, and answer them honestly. Take your time and answer those questions. And then after you've answered those, reflect on how situations have made you feel, right? And then you have to figure out, well, how do you move forward after you've acknowledged whatever the situation may have been, right? Being gentle with yourself and knowing that it's not your fault. Knowing that the place and space that you were in is the reason that you got into that place and space in the first place. Because our states of being do matter. The next thing people should work on is forgiveness. Now, there's a huge misconception about what forgiveness is. Me forgiving you does not eliminate what you did to me. It's me choosing to let go of the resentment that I'm holding because of something you did to me. I'm choosing to let that go. I'm choosing not to hold a grudge. I'm choosing not to let it affect me. That's what forgiveness is. And some people will argue, well, I'm not going to forgive the person that may have assaulted me. They don't deserve forgiveness. And while you would be right in how you feel, the forgiveness is never for them. It's for you to move forward. It's for you to prosper forward. It's for you to accelerate and move on with your life. Because guess what? While you're sitting here and you're hurting and you're feeling like, you know, this thing has consumed you, they're living their best life and they're not worried about what you have going on. So why wouldn't you want to put yourself in a place and space to feel like you deserve more, you deserve better, and you don't want to perpetuate the same cycles over and over again? Forgive them people. Accept it. Tell yourself without a shadow of a doubt that it was not your fault. Believe that, know that, and then work on truly letting it go. Letting it go can come in a multitude of ways, but the letting it go is letting go of the resentment, the grudges, the frustration, the anger. You don't want that stuff to continue to manifest into your life, because those feelings are what's manifesting into your everyday life. Like, it all goes hand in hand. So yes, forgive those people so you can move forward. Stop blaming everything and everybody. Just, okay, this situation happened. I'm acknowledging it. I accept that it happened, but it does not dictate and determine who I am today. But on the other side, I have to move past this if I want to move forward. How can you ever move forward if you're looking back? You can't. You have to figure out how you're going to do these things. So truly let it go. My way of letting go is I write hate letters, fuck it letters, whatever you want to call them, write them. Please do not give these letters to anybody, because sometimes when we do these letters, they get real. They get real. But the point of it is to let go of all of the pent up feelings and emotions and frustrations. The idea is to get it out, cry, scream, whatever it is you need to do to let go of those things, do it. People have letting go ceremonies. They do all kinds of things. I mean, you can write a fuck it letter. You can go to the dollar store and get like a ceramic cheap plate and write down everything you want to let go. And you sit there and you tell yourself, I'm choosing to let this go right here and right now, and take it somewhere, throw it, smash it, do whatever you need to do. You'll write a letter. You may want to rip it and throw it down the toilet, throw it in the trash, burn it, whatever. Something that signifies that this is no longer going to take precedence over your life. And sometimes you have to do it more than once, especially when it comes to trauma of any sort, emotional trauma, sexual trauma, whatever the case may be. You may have to do these things a few times. And here's the other disclaimer. This is by no way, shape, or form supposed to eliminate the need for therapy if you feel you need it. Please do not take what I'm saying and think that you don't need therapy, because some situations you may need additional assistance and help and guidance to work through these situations. I am not a licensed therapist. Although I do have a background in mental health, I am not licensed to tell you how to process certain levels of grief and turmoil and trauma, especially if you have those types of thoughts and feelings. We all get what I mean. If you absolutely feel like you need additional help, do not be afraid to seek out help. And let me say this for my community, my Black people, my people, especially to my Black men. We have to let go of the stigma that therapy is not for us, or it doesn't do anything, or it's not to our advantage. It absolutely is. We all could benefit from some sort of extra help. I am not ashamed to have ever said that I've gone through therapy. I feel like a lot of people are coming into the notion of understanding how therapy can be beneficial. But if you feel you need it and you're holding on to so many things because society is telling you that as a Black man, you can't have certain feelings and you can't go see a therapist. You need to go unpack those traumas. Please go see a therapist. And, for everybody else, therapy does not hurt. It's only there to help you, because sometimes we need to be offered a different perspective in terms of how to deal with our lives. Okay, so back to my shadow work and my spiritual journey. That was my disclaimer. Please seek help if you feel like you absolutely need it. This is not supposed to substitute mental health therapy or anything of that nature. And so the other part of, your spiritual journey is starting to heal. You have to learn how to heal. Love on that inner child. Love on them. You have to go love on them. There's a multitude of resources out there to help you work through dealing with everything going on in your life. There's meditations, there's breath work, there's reading, there's self-help books, and I will eventually do a video on like books that I felt that helped me on my journey. So healing is going to be specific to you. However you choose to heal is going to be specific to you. Healing looks different for me than it would for you. Everybody's journey is going to be different. And one of the biggest things I need everybody to do is start journaling. Journaling helps you put into perspective where your thoughts are, where your mind is. I do this thing called journal dump. And a journal dump is just what it sounds like. You get a journal and you write whatever's in your mind. I mean, don't even sit there and think about spelling, neatness. Just write. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. Get it out. Because when you go back and reflect, you'll see what you've written, and that'll tell you exactly what's on your mind. And then you can start to address those things. And I would also say, build a spiritual family, build a spiritual team. Find people who are in like-minded spaces. So, I would encourage everybody, if you are on any kind of a spiritual journey, understand that it's going to be personal for you. Understand that it's important for you to move forward so you can start working through some of the issues that you were holding on to. And then the biggest thing is start loving on you. Like, you have to truly love on you, because why wouldn't you? There's no greater gift than loving and trusting yourself. And here's the thing, being totally transparent, I didn't realize that I needed to until romantic situations started to happen, and I couldn't understand why they weren't going well. And then once I realized the problem was me, and I started to unpack the reasons for why I was having those same cycles repeat themselves, I have such a totally different perspective on life, relationships, friendships, everything, because I had to change my mindset. But I had to go deal with some stuff, and I still deal with things. It's extremely important to face those things head on so you don't have to continue to perpetuate cycles over and over and over again. We're going to get through this. And to end out this video, as promised, I'm always going to do a general collective that's extremely timeless. I want you to have some message. Here's the thing. If it's for you, take it. If it's not, let it go. If it feels like it resonates, right, and you don't feel you want that to perpetuate in your life, that means that's something you need to go tackle and move forward in. And I'm going to do a whole video on manifestation and tarot and the law of assumption, because there's complications with that as well, because people don't truly understand tarot and psychics, and people who are intuitive, they don't understand it. So I'm going to do an entire video on that. But at the end of every video, I want to give you a collective message that's extremely timeless. And if it's for you, it's for you. If it's not, then that's fine too. These are brand new cards that I just specifically bought for me to do these videos. I have used the same deck 1,000 times, but I keep buying it over and over again because I use my cards. If indeed you need your own personal reading, please feel free to email me, and we can also set that up, because I am always down to help my people out. And I will teach you how to use tarot in relation to manifestation, specifically the law of assumption. And what I want to say to you, my babies, is you have to let that hurt go. You gotta let it go. This is diving deep into yourself. This is focusing on who you want to be, where you need to be, but you got to let that hurt go. But it's also saying it's time to take a step back, pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Come to me, relax, woosah, right? Learn to meditate. Learn to differentiate between your ego and your intuition, because there's two different things. You know, you have to learn to differentiate, because you feel like you can't get any further. You feel stagnant. This is stagnant energy. This is needing to really refocus and figure out what it is you truly want. Who are you? And this reading is perfect for everything that I've mentioned in the video. It's about your spiritual journey. It's about dealing with that shadow side, because sometimes we have to pull back and really just face and identify our fears, our troubles, the lies that we tell ourselves, right? And I'm also seeing that it's a lot of stagnant energy, right? So how do we deal with the stagnancy? What do we do with that energy that no longer serves us? Like, we have to let that go. It's a lot of, the best way to, and I love this card. This is the Page of Swords. This is seeking out information, consciously seeking out information. And so the fact that you're here lets me know that you are one step closer to where you want to be. Not afraid to indulge in information that's beneficial to you. Go put your head in a book. Get off the internet. TikTok is not doing you any well. It's not serving you any good. Get off of TikTok. Go seek out information for your own personal soul, for your own greater good. And I'm hearing that some people need to actually just genuinely pick up a book. When's the last time you read a book? And it can be anything. You just need to pull back. This is needing rest. You're tired. You're frustrated. So at what point do you stop being frustrated? What point do you pull back from the world? What point do you set boundaries? What point do you decide to tell yourself, hey, I'm tired of living like this? Pull it back. Pull it back. Reclaim that energy. Reclaim your power. It is for you. So with that being said, if it resonates, good. If not, that's also okay too. I will see you guys on the next video.